Well, we just brought on a listing in La Mesa, and I think, everybody believes when the inventory is this low that all you need to do is put a sign out front of the property and it will sell. And it will. But if you want to maximize the return, you really need to work with a trusted real estate agent who knows the market and knows the tricks of the trade. So there's a number of things that we did in order to prepare this property for market. And believe it or not, we had it sold in 36 hours with multiple offers over list price. So let me share with you a couple things that we did. One is you need to position the house right, okay? And that means just doing those investments that are going to get X times return on the sale. So for example, paint, carpet, staging, those things that will make the house look livable. Well, you do those things, like I said, is to make the minimum investments to get X times the return. So it could be things like a fresh coat of paint, carpet. We put in staging so people can kind of have a visual feel for how you could utilize the various rooms in the house. And then we like to market it to a couple different audiences, okay? One is the actual buyer community and the other is the agent community. And something that we do, just because we know this particular market so well, is we invite the neighbors to get a sneak peek via a twilight tour of the property. Because who's your best source of advertising when you go to list a property? It is actually your neighbors, because the neighbors want their friends in the neighborhood. So we had a twilight tour with wine, appetizers, and it really makes the neighbors feel like they're special and they kind of get the first peek and they're hot off the press telling their friends about the new listing that we brought on in La Mesa. Well, I kind of call it the 3 Ps, okay? It's positioning, pricing, and promoting. And if you have those 3 factors aligned, you're gonna have a very fast sale. And so with the low inventory market and us aligning all those 3 Ps, I think we were able to do that because we got the job done. I think the other thing that we do is it's not just about selling a house, especially in the community of Ladera, but it is about selling a lifestyle. We've got a community pool, we have tennis courts, pickleball courts, sand volleyball. We do twice weekly barbecues in the summer. And coming up, I'm organizing a Halloween parade for the entire neighborhood, and we'll have a haunted path and those kind of things. And I shouldn't forget, the neighborhood actually just made a major investment in getting a brand new pool and wading pool for the community that'll be open year round. So it's kind of selling this lifestyle that really maximizes the return for homeowners in Ladera. You're not just selling brick and mortars, but you're really selling a lifestyle. The seller in this particular case, it was a trustee sale. The father passed away, the home was left to the kids. It was their family home. They lived in it forever, right? But it was time, obviously, with the father passing away, to put it on the market. And that's what we did. And ironically enough, the buyers are a family that loved mid-century modern, which is what this home was, with 2 little kids that wanted to have that same kind of community in raising their kids that the 2 siblings in this family did. And so the buyer is a younger family with 2 children that are going to enjoy this community just like the family that sold it. Yeah.
Go with what you got.